Pause for a moment. Think about your last 24 hours. Where did your time go? Was it spent building something meaningful or just reacting to everything around you? Because here's the truth most people avoid. Time is not just passing, it is being spent. And whether you realize it or not, you are investing it every single day. Some people invest their time and create results. Others spend their time and stay stuck. And the difference between those two lives, it's not talent, it's not luck, it's how they choose to use their time. You don't need more hours, you need better decisions. Because the way you use your time today is quietly shaping your future. Welcome to the Rich Diary Podcast, where we transform mindset into action and action into results. Today, we begin a powerful journey, a journey into understanding one simple truth. Your life is a reflection of how you use your time. This audiobook is not just about productivity, it's about clarity, it's about discipline, and more importantly, it's about becoming intentional. Because most people are not failing because they lack ability. They're failing because they are distracted, misaligned, unfocused, and unaware of what truly matters. Chapter 1. Be realistic. Let's begin with something simple, but powerful. Be realistic, not just with your goals, but with your time. Most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can achieve over time. They create long lists, 20 tasks, 30 tasks, even 40 tasks, and at the end of the day, they feel like they failed, not because they didn't work hard, but because they were unrealistic. Pause for a second. Ask yourself, how many things do you expect from yourself in a single day? Because your brain can only handle a limited number of priorities, roughly 5 to 9 meaningful tasks. Anything beyond that is noise. And here's where most people go wrong. They focus on quantity instead of quality. They fill their day with small, easy tasks that feel productive, but produce no real results. Real success doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing what matters. If only 20% of your actions create real results, then why are you spending most of your time on the other 80%? Being realistic is not limiting, it's empowering. Because when you become honest with yourself, you stop chasing everything and start focusing on what truly matters. You don't need a longer list, you need a better one. Chapter 2. Important first. Now, let's go deeper, because this is where transformation begins. Doing what is important before what is urgent. Your brain is wired to respond to urgency. Notifications, messages, interruptions, everything screams for your attention, and you respond again and again and again. But here's the problem. Urgent is not always important. And if you live your life reacting to urgency, you will never create real progress. What are you truly being paid to do? What actually moves your life forward? Because being busy is not the same as being effective. Most people spend their day putting out fires, responding, reacting, handling things that feel important but aren't. High performers do things differently. They don't start with urgency. They start with priority. They ask, what is the best use of my time right now? And that one question can change everything. If it doesn't move your life forward, it's a distraction. Chapter 3. One hard thing. Now we step into something uncomfortable, but powerful. Every day, there is something you avoid, something difficult, something uncomfortable, something you keep postponing. And that one thing is usually the thing that matters most. Because growth lives outside your comfort zone, not inside it. Most people do what's easy first, what's familiar, what's comfortable. But successful people, they do the opposite. They face the hard thing first. Because when you do the hardest task first, you build momentum, confidence, clarity. And suddenly, everything else feels easier. Think about this. That conversation you've been avoiding, that decision you've been delaying, that task you keep pushing aside. What if you just did it today? Because once it's done, you're free. One hard thing per day can completely change your life. So far, you've learned to be realistic, focus on what matters, and take action even when it's hard. But now, we go deeper. Because discipline alone is not enough. You also need clarity. Let's talk about something most people ignore: time with yourself. In a world full of noise, distraction, and constant movement, very few people take time to think, to reflect, to plan, to align. And that's why most people feel lost, because they are always moving but never directing. If you don't take time to plan your life, someone else will plan it for you. Triple P time is about stepping back, clearing your mind, and asking yourself, am I moving in the right direction? Even 15 minutes a day can change everything, because clarity creates direction, and direction creates results. Remember this, you don't need more time, you need more intention. Focus on fewer things. Do what matters first, face the hard tasks, and create time to think. If this is opening your mind, then you're just getting started. Follow the Rich Diary podcast for more powerful lessons on discipline, focus, and success. And most importantly, don't just listen, apply. Because information without action changes nothing. Your life is not defined by what you want, it's defined by what you do daily. So choose wisely, act intentionally, and remember, time is not just money. Time is your life. Part 2. Mastering execution, focus, and results. So far, you've learned how to be realistic, focus on what matters, and take action even when it's hard. Now, we move into the next level. Because success is not just about effort, it's about how you position yourself. Under-promise, over-deliver. Let's talk about something that defines your reputation: trust. In a world full of noise, distraction, and constant movement, very few people believe words anymore. They believe results. And here's the truth. Most people destroy their credibility without even realizing it. They overpromise, they exaggerate, they try to impress, but when it's time to deliver, they fall short. And in that moment, they lose trust. High performers do the opposite. They underpromise and overdeliver. They don't try to sound impressive, they focus on being reliable. Because when you say less and deliver more, you become unforgettable. Think about this. If you promise 10 and deliver 7, you look like a failure. But if you promise 5 and deliver 7, you look exceptional. Same result, different perception. Target. Why this matters. Because success is not just performance, it's perception. And people remember how you made them feel. Reliable, consistent, dependable. Don't chase attention, earn trust. The 80-20 rule. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful principles in life, the 80-20 rule. This idea is simple, but life-changing. 80% of your results come from 20% of your actions. And yet, most people spend their time on the wrong 80%. Reality breakdown. Most of what you do daily does not matter. It feels productive, it keeps you busy, but it doesn't move your life forward. Only a small percentage of your actions create real results. Shift in thinking. So the question is not, how can I do more? The real question is, what actually matters? Examples. A few key clients create most of your income. A few key habits shape your entire life. A few key decisions change everything. You don't need to fix everything. You need to focus on the vital few. Because once you handle the important 20%, the rest becomes easier. Find your 20%. Protect it. Prioritize it. Focus and streamline. Let's be honest. Most people are distracted, constantly. Notifications, social media, noise, interruptions. And every distraction steals your future. Because where your focus goes, your results follow. Focus is not natural anymore. It must be trained, because the world is designed to break your attention. The most successful people in history had one thing in common. They focused deeply, relentlessly. They didn't try to do everything. They mastered one thing. But here's the next level. You don't just focus, you simplify. You remove what doesn't matter. You eliminate distractions. You create systems. Because speed comes from clarity. Work without interruptions. Batch similar tasks. Reduce decision fatigue. Simplify your workflow. You don't need more time. You need fewer distractions. Focus creates results. Distraction destroys them. Be proactive. Now we arrive at one of the most important truths. Life does not reward those who wait. It rewards those who act. Most people live reactively. They wait, they delay, they hope things will change, but nothing changes. Proactive people create their own momentum. They don't wait for opportunities, they create them. They don't react to life, they design it. Sometimes, life throws situations at you that you cannot control. Unexpected problems, delays, setbacks. And in those moments, you have two choices: stress or adapt. There are two types of things: things you can control, things you cannot. And your power exists only in what you can control. The moment you stop fighting what you cannot control, you regain your energy, your clarity, your peace, and you start making better decisions. Proactivity is not about perfection, it's about responsibility. Taking ownership, taking action, taking control. Stop waiting, start moving. Let this sink in. Trust is built through delivery. Results come from focusing on the vital few. Distraction is the silent killer of success, and your power lies in what you control. If this is speaking to you, then it's time to take action. Follow the Rich Diary podcast for more powerful insights on discipline, mindset, and execution. And most importantly, apply what you've learned. Because knowledge alone does not change your life. Execution does. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to start. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and use your time wisely. Because in the end, your success is not determined by how much time you have, but by how well you use it. This is the Rich Diary podcast, and your next level starts now.
Part 3. Transforming discipline into identity. Take a moment. Let everything you've heard so far settle in. Because this is where most people stop. They listen, they feel motivated, and then they go back to their old habits. But not you. Because this part is where we go deeper. Not just into what you do, but into who you become. The real cost of wasted time. Time is not just something you use. It's something you trade. Every hour you spend, you are exchanging it for a result. So the question is, what are you getting in return? Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people are not broke because they lack opportunity. They are broke because they waste time. Scrolling, delaying, avoiding, repeating the same habits. And slowly, day by day, they build a life they don't want. Think about this. If someone gave you $1,440 every day, but took back whatever you didn't use wisely, would you waste it? That's exactly what time is. 1,440 minutes every single day. And once it's gone, you never get it back. Time is not free. You are paying for it with your life. The identity of a finisher. Let's talk about something deeper than discipline. Identity. Because people don't fail because they lack motivation. They fail because they don't see themselves as someone who finishes. They see themselves as someone who starts, someone who tries, someone who hopes, but not someone who executes. And your life will always follow who you believe you are. If you believe you are inconsistent, you will act that way. If you believe you are focused, you will act that way. So the real question is not, what do I need to do? The real question is, who do I need to become? Success is not an action, it's an identity. The war against distraction. We are living in the most distracted generation in history. Everything is fighting for your attention. Apps, notifications, endless content. And here's what most people don't realize. Distraction is not harmless. It is stealing your future. Every time you lose focus, you delay your progress. Every time you choose comfort over discipline, you reinforce weakness. And over time, those small decisions become your life, not in one big moment, in thousands of tiny ones. So you must become ruthless with your focus. Protect your time, guard your attention, eliminate distractions. Because what you focus on daily becomes your reality. Focus is not optional, it is everything. Success is not built in one big decision. It's built in small actions repeated consistently. And that creates something powerful. Momentum. Momentum is what makes hard things easier. Momentum is what builds confidence. Momentum is what keeps you going when motivation disappears. The hardest part is starting. But once you start, everything changes. Think about the times in your life when you were consistent, focused, disciplined. Things felt easier. You felt stronger, more in control. That's momentum. And you build it by showing up every single day. Consistency creates power. The truth about success. Let's remove the illusion. Success is not glamorous. It's not exciting every day. It's not always motivating. It's repetitive. It's uncomfortable. It's disciplined. And most people don't want that. They want results without the process. But it doesn't work that way. You don't rise to your goals. You fall to your habits. And your habits are shaped by how you use your time. If you want a better life, build better habits. Let everything come together. Be realistic with your time. Focus on what matters. Do the hard things first. Plan your life intentionally. Deliver more than you promise. Eliminate distractions. Take control of your actions. And most importantly, become someone who finishes. If this message hit you, don't let it stay as inspiration. Turn it into action. Follow the Rich Diary podcast for more powerful mindset shifts and real transformation. And here's your challenge. Starting today, use your time differently. Even if it's just one decision, one action, one step forward. Because your future is built today. One day, you will look back at your life and realize something powerful. It wasn't luck. It wasn't chance. It was your decisions, your discipline, your focus, and how you chose to use your time. This is the Rich Diary podcast, and your time starts now.